No AI, no filters. It's just beautiful. I mean, where else will you see Queen Victoria sitting upon Indigenous carving as steam rises around them? Brilliant! Kia ora, I'm Justine, the nerdy half of the Breakaway Bravehearts, and today I'm in Rotorua. That is steam, that water is hot. Rotorua is New Zealand's premier spa and geothermal tourism destination, still bringing in the crowds and the dollars today. But Rotorua has also made a lot of its landscape, its features, its history free and open to the public to enjoy. And so those are the spaces we're going to check out today. Do you really want to take a look behind the tourist curtains? Look underneath the surface a little bit. But not literally, and I'll tell you why. I'm starting in Ohinemutu, which is a living village. This is not a museum. This is traditional way of living, but it's people's homes as well. This is a neighborhood where people are living and carrying out their regular days, still going by some of the traditional ways. So I'm not gonna wander around the streets and film because those are people's houses. But you are welcome to come down to have a look at the lakeside. You'll see steam coming up from between the people's houses, from the edge of the roads. Think of geothermal ground like a delicate bubbling cake. One wrong poke and it could collapse or release scalding steam or toxic gas. So every now and again, just new pockets of steam will rise up. And so in this car park, they've had to sort of fence this area off because steam just started coming out the ground. This is virtually just tyre tracks somebody's sort of dug out in the mud. And now the steam has come up and it's rained. And so you've got bubbling water inside the tyre tracks. I don't want to get too close to it. I don't know how hot it is. And also, here's a tip for you. The steam will sometimes interact with your camera. You want to be really careful with any photographic equipment, how close you get to the muddy, boiling, bubbling hot pools. If your camera is cold, then the warm steam rising from the vents and the humid air will fog up your glass almost instantly. To avoid this, you want to let your gear warm up gradually. Use a lens hood or a filter as a moisture shield. Or you could grab those little silica gel packs to help prevent condensation. This one's awesome. You can full on hear it bubbling. Should have brought some eggs, boiled eggs for breakfast. Yum. Tip number 2, don't do that. I was joking. Yes, technically it's possible. That does not mean it's a good idea. Most of these geothermal features contain acidic water, toxic minerals, dangerous gases like hydrogen sulfide and arsenic. So enjoy the geothermal experience from behind the safety barriers. So when they say keep to the track, they mean it. When you see structures like this, some of them might have been just hastily put up and they might look a bit temporary. That doesn't mean you can just jump over and have a wee look. This is going to be hot. You wouldn't want to touch it. When the wind blows the steam this way, I can feel the heat. And I can smell that distinct Rotorua aroma coming through now. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Ohinemutu was home to Ngāti Whakauwai long before Rotorua ever existed. But then the settlers came and this area was not only known for its hospitality, but of course its hot water, its unique features. One spot you won't want to miss is St. Faith's Anglican Church. This is far from your typical European cathedral. It's a small community treasure that has been serving the neighbourhood for over 130 years. I'm at the church at the side of the lake. I've come too early. It doesn't open until 10 o'clock. We've got a bit of a cloudy, misty day, which is absolutely perfect for this real Rotorua. And you just can't fault the serenity, the calmness. It's just beautiful. The church is best known for its striking window depicting Jesus walking on the waters of Lake Rotorua that shows him wearing a traditional Maori cloak or korowai. This Maori Jesus is a symbol of cultural connection between both the Christian faith and Te Arawa identity. There is a $5 donation which goes to the upkeep, so well worth it, and you get a little bit of information as you wander around. They point out all the special features. It is full of traditional Māori art as well as Christian features, and that window is just so special. Even if you're not religious, if you're not a Christian believer, which I'm not, I still found the concept behind that window, the artwork, the beauty, the love that's gone into it, really special. I'm going to be doing a series of videos which goes into a lot more depth into the history of New Zealand, and that will particularly look around the role religion played in colonisation. So please hit subscribe and the notifications bell. I really love Rotorua. It's special, it's unique, and it's not just the geography that makes it this way. And it's not just the history that makes it this way. There's just a certain rawness and realness, and that comes with ups and downs. It has a bit of a reputation for being rough, and I actually lived here in a past life, in an earlier life, and experienced some of that roughness. But again, that's real New Zealand. We are not picture perfect. We have had a lot of historical sadness, tragedy, trauma. Yeah, we don't really need to sugarcoat it. Basically, when New Zealand was colonised, the indigenous people of Aotearoa got totally screwed over. And so this has left a legacy of discrimination, inequality, which some of us are trying to address and which others are still quite happy to benefit from. So yeah, there's that. Rotorua is one of those places where you're going to see this legacy in action. You're going to see both the benefits and the drawbacks of our complicated history. And of course, you're going to see nature, because it always wins in the end. And you can see that for yourself. Just a short drive or about 20 minutes walk from the church at New Zealand's only free geothermal public park. It's a beautifully curated space which is really welcoming, completely open to the public, and has some little treasures inside. The bubbling mud pools, everything that makes this place so special, without the entrance fee or the crowds. The beauty and diversity of this park makes it a perfect place for photographers of all experience. But you might want to consider what time you visit each of these spots, especially if you're looking for Instagram perfect reels or professional shots. According to AI, I've come at the wrong time. I should have come dusk or dawn to get the best lighting. Apparently the suns are just a bit too harsh to get that full atmospheric beauty that you want in your photography. So there's a tip. Personally, I think it's gorgeous, no matter what time of day. For me, it's the absolutely stunning colours of that geothermal water and just the natural bush. I mean, seriously, you don't need filters, no AI enhancements, just pure nature. I mean, this yellow is stunning. And of course, if it asks you to shut the gate, please do so. We don't want kids wandering in there. This one, for example, is 100 degrees Celsius, so we won't want to be jumping in there. But don't worry, there is a place where you can dip into those thermal waters and get your toes to experience the benefits. It's the perfect place to come to after a day of walking around the city or the forest walks, because Kuirau Park has free thermal footbaths open to the public. When you first pop your feet in, it does feel a little bit too hot, but it very quickly just calms down, and it's just, yeah, lovely and relaxing. Not overwhelmingly hot, it's just like really nice and warm and perfect temperature actually. So now I have toasty little pink sausages, and this is the point that I realized I should have brought a towel. A tip that works anywhere in New Zealand: bring layers. Even though it's sort of October, mid-October now, we are in spring, but the weather is changeable. In fact, I'm going to be driving back through some flooding a bit later on. Right now the sun has come out and it looks gorgeous, but it's still a bit chilly. So layers, layers. Honestly, this park is a must-do. It's beautifully designed. There's so many different spaces, even picnic areas and barbecue plates. brilliant. There's plenty of information. There are lots of spaces to walk around. You'll learn all about our native trees, our native birds, and of course, it's just got that stunning atmosphere. So to make this kind of space completely free, open to the public is just fantastic. Thank you, Rotorua City Council. Thank you, iwi. Thank you, whoever has made this possible. If you visit on a Saturday, bring your wallet and come with an empty stomach because the food vendors will be out. Yeah, remember what I was saying about reality? Spot number 3 is closed. This is Government House. It used to look like this. Now it looks like this. Temporary. This is now October 2025. I'll look up and see and I'll let you know when it's supposed to be finished, because in my mind, in my memory, this was a great place to visit. Inside this building was a museum of the region's history, with a collection including over 2,000 Maori taonga. But sadly, the museum was damaged by an earthquake, and the project currently underway is to strengthen and restore the building. However, it might not be finished for a while. Some reports say 2027. Having said that, earthquake regulations have recently changed in New Zealand to make such projects quicker to complete. So I've popped a link in the description for you to check whether the museum will be open when you visit. It's going to look even better in the future. So if you do get along and it's all finished and ready to go, please leave us some notes in the comments. Let us know what to expect. I do have plenty of other videos which delve into the history of New Zealand, so please join me for those. Thanks for joining me in Rotorua and sharing this uniquely special place with me. It really gets me every time. It's just amazing. Don't forget to join me for my next adventures in New Zealand. Not 100% sure where I'm going. Wherever it is, I'll bring you all the tips and all the reality. So until then, happy travels everyone.